So it's my tremendous honor to present the Dean's Award for Excellence in Service to Karin Deng. All right, so I met Karin, we're in the same section, so I met her the first week of law school. And I remember we were in torts class, and there was a very complicated question Professor Mello asked, and I had no idea what the hell was going on. And then Professor Mello cold calls Karin to answer the question. I'm like, looks like this one's in trouble. And then she answered. You ever hear an answer so good that you're like, I hate you? You ever hear an answer so good that you have spite for the person who did it? That's how I felt towards Karin. I was like, we will never be friends. I don't want that much competence in my orbit. As it turns out, I was wrong. She later became a very good friend, even though she, more than any other person that I've met, has told me that she's wanted to kill me over like 20 times in the past week. Karin, a lot of people, so I talked to a lot of people about this speech before thinking about it, and most people think that Karin is a robot or a machine. And as one person clarified, yeah, she's like a robot, but like a Westworld one, you know, like a really advanced robot who's really capable. And there's a reason why people think that about Karin, because the amount that she's able to achieve during a day surpasses what one could think was possible. This is a person who was the senior articles editor of Stanford Law Review, and when things were going wrong, her fellow Law Review board members were happy to pile some extra work on her, and she did it without complaint. Is that right, Law Review board? She's a person, we worked on this project for end-of-life decisions for elderly people, and she went above and beyond and set up a system in which we would go out to nursing homes and elder care facilities and provide them with access to legal documents so that way they can write down what they want for the end of their lives. And it helped many people save tons of money, but also get their actual wishes upheld. And I know to some of you, it's unsurprising that Karin Deng is interested in ending people's lives. But the point is that she made a big difference. She was one of the leaders of the Social Security Disability Project, which helped provide people access to government funds when they were injured and when they were hurt. Karin is also the president of the Stanford Public Interest Law Foundation, where during our first year, she ran the most successful auction up to that point, raising money for people who are going into the public interest, who are trying to help others and who don't have access to the same resources that a lot of our other classmates have. Karin she's been a mentor in basically every organization humanly possible, and her leadership in the school, I think, is best summarized by a couple of quotes I got from people who worked with her on the Youth and Education Law Project clinic. In that clinic, they help people with special needs get the education that they need, and they help advocate on behalf of children. One person anonymously said to me that Karin is near psychopath level effective. I would like to have her on my team on everything. I love Karin. And as somebody who's had Karin on my team for a lot of things in my life, I have to say this: there is no better friend, no more caring person, and no more thoughtful leader than Karin Deng. So it is with great pleasure that I present the 2018 Dean's Award for Service and Excellence, or for whatever. I'm going to present. All right, let's get that again. We got to get momentum going. She deserves a lot more than I'm giving her right now, all right? So, it is with great pleasure that I present the Dean's Award for Excellence in Service to Karin Deng.
Oh gosh. Whew, okay, I'm gonna move this down. Wow, thank you, Omar. I was a little apprehensive about what you might say. And thank you so much to all of you, faculty and staff, but most of all, of course, my classmates. It's just an incredible honor, and I'm totally bewildered, as you can see, to be standing in front of you. So thank you. You know, when I first came here 3 years ago, along with many of you, I actually really didn't think that law school would be the right path. I, as a hedge, in fact, took the GMAT right before I started, just in case I needed to bail and try to apply to the business school. But you know, somehow it's very quickly this place has felt like the most right thing and right place to be of anything I've ever done. And that's really because of the very special culture that Omar talked about, a culture that makes this place, that makes Stanford as good as it is great. And, you know, I think about the last few years together, and there have been a lot of changes that we've seen in our world, and a lot of those have been hard to face, I think, for many people. But I have been uplifted every day by the privilege of being part of this community. To be amongst such incredibly engaged and thoughtful and diligent people is a real gift, and it fills me with hope for the future that we're all trying to build. So thank you once again to all of you, the extraordinary people that make Stanford what it is. To be singled out like this today is well beyond what I deserve. So this award for me will be a reminder of what we can be, and I hope I live up to that. Thank you.